take the quiz for each other.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Yep. Wow, this is very judgmental.
Yeah. Wow.
Tech snobbery. 10.
Style, you say?
What the heck is textile? I feel like I have none of it.
Oh no, someone has hacked your friend's computer and their files, and this is hilarious. Their files and data are about to be published all over social media. What do they do? Oh man, this is great. I can't wait. Okay, what do they do? What do they do? Oh wow, should I answer this honestly?
I don't know, man. It's up to you.
Okay, I'm just going to answer it as honestly as I can. So old it takes 30 seconds to open an app. The battery lasts only 10 minutes from a full charge. Where do they look for a new phone? Okay. Oh man. Oh man. Sure. Yep. OMG, your friend's house is on fire. Don't worry, the pets are safe. It looks like they only have time to rescue their phone and one other device. Which do they take? Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm going to go with this one. Okay. We think your friend would like... Wow, this is a really, really bad suggestion. Okay, are you almost done?
I'm almost done. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have to hear your answers. This is hilarious. Are you still on question 3, Luke?
Yeah, all the answers sucked. No, I don't think you would do, like, I don't think any of those, like, correctly apply to you at all. Anyways, okay.
All right, well, I'm going to talk through what it suggested for Luke. We think your friend would like an Anker 622 magnetic battery, Mag Go. It appears to be like an iPhone MagSafe battery that also acts as a stand. Did it suggest the same bloody thing to both of us? Okay. What were your answers? Can we go back through the quiz?
I didn't even like them. Like, I feel like you're going to be like, no, it should have been something else. And I'll be like, yeah, you're probably right. Because, like, a lot of them I don't think apply. How do we go back?
You can't.
You just do it again?
So I said your tech addiction was pretty strong. Your tech knowledge was not quite as strong. I had you at a 2 for tech snobbery and a 1 for tech style.
Well, those are probably both fine.
Yeah, realistically.
I did 10, 10, 10, 3 or 4.
Yeah, okay. So thanks. So for someone hacked your friend's computer, I put that you would
okay, next.
hack the hacker and steal their pics in retaliation.
Okay.
And what did you say?
I said calmly contact customer service and the authorities and hope they can stop it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I wouldn't have any illusions that they can stop it, but
no, but that's sort of what we've tried to, because there was the Twitter thing forever ago, right?
Yeah.
So I thought back to that.
I did contact the authorities. Yeah. And in that case, it was because, like, they could do something.
So it wasn't directly,
Yes.
I wasn't, like, directly answering the question, but I was like, this is as close as I can get.
Your friend's phone is so old it takes 30 seconds to open an app and the battery lasts 10 minutes. I said, who cares? If it has a screen and fits in their pocket, that's enough.
That's probably accurate. I said they've been waiting for the new Snapdragon chip for a year.
I think that's pretty fair.
Yeah.
For VR headsets are now so advanced you can't tell the difference, and everyone has one. How does your friend use theirs? I put that you'd hack it and use it to emulate NES games.
Nice.
Does that seem like the closest one?
No, I probably do number 1.
Fight aliens in a distant galaxy? I don't know. Okay, I was memeing a little bit.
Because I feel like NES games in VR would just kind of be terrible.
You'd still do it at least once.
Yeah, that's true.
So my answer was not wrong. It just wasn't
fair.
The most right.
I said number 1.
Yeah, I mean, they're not more like blocks in distant galaxies.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing I fight in VR is...
Yeah. I looked at the other ones, I was like, he's not going to use it as a doorstop.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to use it to work with others in VR environments. Like, that's not a thing.
I strongly prefer, for a technophile, strongly prefer in-person interaction.
Yeah, like, I feel like 4 would be the most wrong.
Like, it's a really funny thing. I'll be traveling, right? And this even goes, like, before my most recent trip. I'll be traveling, and my wife will call me at, like, you know, kind of close to bedtime. She'll be like, hey, do you want to say goodnight to the kids and have a video call? I'm like, no, not really.
I want to see.
I don't like talking to people on the phone. I don't like talking to people on video chat.
At the same time, though, it's very good. I feel like it's a needed thing in some.
Yeah, for sure.
scenarios.
But it's not my jam if I can avoid it. I would
Okay,
realistically, if someone moved far away, I would just fall out of contact with them. I know. I sound like a heartless B word, but I'm not
I mean,
going to get
that's
on
a reality that happens with a lot of people. So being honest about it, I don't think is a negative.
I'm not going to get on a video call with you every Saturday and
No.
be like, "Hey,
I'm the same type of person.
I'm sorry. You moved. I didn't move."
And it means nothing personal, right? It's just not how brain works.
It's just not my jam.
Yeah.
And question 4. The unfortunate thing about question 4 is they didn't have an answer that was my data. I would run for my server.
Yeah.
100%. That is the only thing in my house that has, in fact, I wouldn't even bother with my phone. What do I need my phone for? I would run straight for the server and I would try and rip as many drives out of it as I can.
So what did you put for me?
For you, I put you've got it stored in an expensive protective case so you can just grab that. I kind of like...
It was a bit of a throwaway.
It was a bit of a throwaway because it was kind of like, oh, well, he's probably, got his data backed up and doesn't care about anything anyway.
Yeah, I had the exact same reaction to this. I almost clicked on the protective case one for the exact same reason that you did. The one that I selected was their smartwatch because it said, what's the point of being alive if they don't have the data to prove it? And I was like, the only thing he would save is the data. So it wasn't about the smartwatch.
Right.
I was just like, none of these things. There's no way he's going to grab his PS5. He wouldn't waste any amount of time doing that. So that's dumb.
I don't even have one.
I know he doesn't have anything stored in an expensive protective case. So I thought about like maybe that's enough of a whatever, but I didn't bother. And then like nothing. I'm like, well, he's not going to grab nothing either.
Yeah.
So I just went with that thing.
So in conclusion,
I did take the quiz again.
Oops. Yep.
I put in different information. I got something else.
In conclusion, oh, did you? Okay.
Yes.
The stream is brought to you by Anchor. Give the gift of Anchor Power Products. Just because it didn't get the recommendation right for us doesn't mean they don't have lots of good products. So go check it out. Try the quiz and all that good stuff. Okay, Jake
I've actually done it twice now, too.
Jake is going to flip if we don't eventually show the pictures.
Yes.
We've got pictures of the lab. This is going to be pretty freaking cool. Don't worry, Jake. I wasn't ignoring you. We were going to get to it. I know you're petty like that. Maybe I'll delete the photos. You wouldn't. So, guys, the reno of the lab is almost done because we were keeping it pretty simple. Keeping it pretty simple here. So we've got some fresh paint on the walls. We've got some fresh access control going on. We've got fresh security cameras in there. Got that Ubiquiti goodness. What else we got going on here? Oh, I think this is more of the this is probably PoE for the access control, I'm guessing. It's sound. Oh yeah. We'll show that. We're just in the front entryway, Callanan. We haven't gotten that far yet. The floors, I think we decided. Are we changing the carpet downstairs?
No,
we're just leaving it.
We're just redoing the stairway.
Just the stairwell. Yeah, the stairwell carpet is shockingly ugly. Yeah, so this room no longer looks so oppressive anymore, which is nice. Fortunately, whoever was in here before actually did a lot of power and networking stuff that we just now don't have to do.
That's what I said.
Oh, Jake says that's the fiber run.
Oh, that's what you were talking about. Yeah,
Okay.
I said that earlier. I said yeah.
So this is where the fiber terminates. Oh, this is where the demarc is. Okay, so we got fiber into the building. This is where it was run to, so we would have had to have our networking equipment just sitting right in the front entryway, which would have been really stupid. So Jake and the boys, what is this? Did you guys just you didn't splice it or anything, right? It's just like a coupler. I think they just coupled it, and then they ran it over somewhere else. We'll see that in a little bit. So it kind of runs above us. In fact, I think it runs along this cable management line right here. So they painted, I believe the ceiling might have been already black in here, but they painted the walls, so it looks a lot nicer in here. And then out in the in like the warehouse, in what will actually be the lab, we painted. So looks a lot nicer in terms of like colors. You guys won't see this part above, but what you will do is you will hear it.
Yeah.
We used the same like cellulose spray or something very similar to what we did, what we coated our existing studio with. And man, does it ever make a difference. Even without any of the equipment in there, you can actually carry on a conversation now instead of it just being like a ridiculous amount of reverb to the point where you can barely understand your own voice. Here's this from the alternate angle. Yeah, it was really bad.
I like the orange accent, by the way.
Yeah, right?
Even though it's just like a little splash, I think it's good.
Yeah, I just want it to have a little bit of LTT, you know?
Yeah, that's good.
Yvonne did the actual color scheme. I was like, hey, I just want like a little bit of orange and kind of grays and dark colors kind of thing.
Yeah.
And she made it happen.
That's good stuff.
So yeah, it looks awesome. Goes all the way over here, over by the door. Okay, yeah, there you go. Let's see if we're heading upstairs. Yeah, there you go. So the paint upstairs makes this part look a lot nicer as well. One of the things I noticed when I was up in this room today is that the HVAC is crazy loud in this room. So if we were going to have any hopes of doing anything acoustic related inside the office space, I think we might just need to give up on that. It's super loud. Part of the problem, though, might be that they've got it running full tilt right now because part of the curing process for that insulating and acoustic spray is that it off-gasses a lot of crap. So you want it just pumping everything out of there.
Yeah.
What you want ideally is you want to do it in the summer. You want to open up your bay door and you want just hot air
Big fans,
circulating. Yeah.
pumping.
Jake says the furnace is like right there. The HVAC probably going to have to be boxed. Yeah, we'll figure all that stuff out though. Give us time. Here's our sick networking closet. By the way, great job of the cable management, Jake. It looks gorgeous. I actually don't think he did most of it. I think most of it was one of our new guys who is still on probation. So, yeah, I shouldn't give maybe Jake too much credit for the nitty-gritty details.
There's some comments in the chat that little balcony thing with the little hobbit door below it should have a fire pole.
So the problem with that idea, I mean, aside from it being stupid, is that it's stupid. Okay, what else do I need? No.
There's like insurance problems.
Yeah, it's really not going to be a thing. It's not going to be a thing. Jake says, I've replaced the cables with small patch cables. By the way, Jake, I saw the green patch cables that you got for the pink rack. I'm not sure if I was supposed to see those yet, but I saw the box of them and I'm extremely excited. So we're going to have the like the mesh front door, the pink mesh front door, and then there's going to be just like green patch cables behind it. It's going to be freaking awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm super excited. What else we got for topics today? Is there really anything else to talk about? The Matrix gets an Unreal Engine 5 experience on consoles. So Epic surprised everyone with a showcase of UE5 called The Matrix Awakened during the Game Awards.
Digital Foundry is very impressed, which is a good sign.
Yep. So, I mean, just to be clear, it's not a game, it's a tech demo, but there is a little bit of gameplay, a little bit of exploration, and it's the most Unreal Engine 5 that anyone's been able to actually try. So it's sort of a showcase, kind of like that Rock Lumen demo thing from May of last year, but it looks pretty freaking incredible. Yeah, looks pretty amazing. I don't know if I'm allowed to show it. Am I gonna get? Is this stupid video gonna get claimed if I try to show the thing?
Oh, it definitely might. Yeah, maybe just go look it up yourself.
Yeah, go look it up yourself. Super cool though. Yeah. We're just not gonna do it. And what else we got here today? Lab renovation.
Ubisoft NFT thing.
Oh, do we really have to talk about it?
No,
let's do it. Hit me.
The trailer for Ubisoft's NFT cosmetic system Quartz got so many dislikes it was unlisted. The trailer went up on December 7th, and the first supposed game will be Ghost Recon Breakpoint. It was later delisted, the video that is, but the link is still around. Because, I mean, it's unlisted, so as long as you have the link, you can find it. They're the first major publisher to go live with an NFT system. Basically, every cosmetic is a unique digit with a serial number attached to it, which is engraved on the cosmetic item. There will be limited edition quartz cosmetics. There's metadata belonging to each cosmetic, which will have the previous owner history. You can obtain your favorite streamer's used cosmetics at exorbitant prices. Nice. Just in case underpants were out of fashion. The
Gator
beta,
water.
yeah, or that. The beta for Quartz has already started in select countries, and you can check it out at, if you want, at quartz.ubisoft.com. Full rollout starts in 2022.
And the announcement was super popular. You can see that it's got... Oh, actually, you can't see anything of the sort because our window is in front of it. 1 moment, please. Nope, you still can't. I
Scroll
can do
down.
this. Boop. Oh, lordy. It got 228,000 views, okay? And 1,500 thumbs up. Wow! That must be a really, really popular announcement that they made, and it's so useful that we don't have a way to express our displeasure in a way that brands actually suffer for. Except we kind of still do. So if you get the return YouTube dislike Chrome extension, boop 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 boop. I'm not going to turn on sync. You can actually, I believe it still works until like 2 days from now. No, it doesn't seem to be. Oh yeah, there we go. The bar's here. 39,000 dislikes. Woo! So this is the big problem. Is that when YouTube removed the dislike button, and it's going to happen. So I think December 12th is the drop dead date for removing API access to dislikes. Is that
something like that? Yeah,
I think it's something
coming
like
up
that.
quick.
It's coming up real quick. When that happens, these kinds of extensions and these kinds of workarounds are going to go away. They will not work anymore, and you will have no way of knowing, looking at this video, how nearly universally unpopular this move is. And this, I don't want to belabor the point, but I think this is such a perfect example of the kind of stuff that is going to be so much easier to get away with, and that seems to indicate YouTube's at least secondary motive for making this move, because in a big surprise move, YouTube is bringing back a rewind replacement of sorts. It's not going to be called
It's a
Rewind
live stream, right?
because I think they would be crazy to call something Rewind at this point. But I can tell you right now, it sounds honestly kind of cringe.
Of course it does.
So here's how it's going to work. It's a live interactive stream on December the 16th.
Nice.
Conveniently,
so there's going to be a live chat.
4 days after the dislike button goes away.
Good.
Totally a coincidence, Luke.
Mm-hmm.
And using the live chat, users will participate in challenges based on trends from this year, get involved in real-time experience, and answer trivia questions. When viewers complete all the challenges, they'll be able to watch a musical performance from a mystery guest.
Oh. That reward is...
Is that the most try-hard
cool.
that you have heard all year?
If the thing that I'm trying to think about is like if Steam did a thing where they were like, okay, we're going to have an event. There's a bunch of challenge things you can do. And if you do them, some cool thing will happen, but you don't know what it is. I might partake. But because it's YouTube, I hate it.
But it's not even
and I don't know how fair that is.
It just is probably going to be awful.
Oh, yeah.
They've got some good guests. Apparently, BTS is going to be on there. So, surprise.
That's who I assumed
musical
the
guest.
reward was going to be.
And many popular YouTubers will appear, including Mark Rober. So, that's cool.
Nice.
But I just do not foresee any possible way that this will be anything other than cringe.
It's called Escape 2021?
Yeah, something like that. So basically my point is this this really throws YouTube's intentions into question. Just with this very suspicious timing.
Yeah.
I know that they were working on this for quite some time, but this just really does not look like an accident. And then that Ubisoft thing is an example of public pressure, which is one of the only ways that we can affect any kind of change in our corporate overlords. Public pressure caused Ubisoft to at least be ashamed enough of this concept for now to pull the video to unlisted. And this is the end of it. In 2 days, you will no longer have any ability to push back. All they'll have to do is disable comments or moderate the comments, which is more likely. And people coming along this, let's say impressionable young people who don't sort of fundamentally understand how stupid and potentially exploitative this concept is, will have no idea how horrible it is. Like, more transparency is always better. And you should always be outraged when transparency is being pulled away from you.
There's also creators that will just, I don't even know what it's called, favorite or whatever. It shows the creator's circle thing in a heart.
Yeah.
And it puts it at the top. There's creators that will just like bomb their own videos with those. They'll just heart like every single positive or neutral comment. And there's so many of them that it takes forever to scroll through it, scroll through it. You'll never really find the negative ones. Whew.
So, yeah, I'm really frustrated. There's another issue. Ryan776627 says, hey, not exactly. The extension will switch to cached/estimated versions of dislikes once the API is fully deprecated. It will not be as accurate, but it will certainly give a number.
There's a lot of videos that launch on YouTube every day, and a big part of the problem is product launches from companies, which that won't matter for. I brought that up last week. I think that is very cool, and honestly, in a lot of ways, I think that is very important, and there's ways that you can contribute and help those programs, so if you want to, go do it. But it is extremely far from solving the problem.
Jake, I actually was not following this. Apparently there's a 0 day that originated from Minecraft servers that caused a huge poo storm. Do you have any more details on this?
No, I don't actually. I heard people talking about it during the show. Yeah, I'm seeing articles from like 6 hours ago. I wouldn't have heard about this.
Got it. Cassie says, I wonder when Linus is going to release his book. I have made basically zero progress on it. I haven't touched it since the last time we talked about it, which was, I think, when Wancho was in office pre-lockdown. So that should give you some idea. I mean, realistically, I don't think my book would be worth reading until I've bowed out of the industry and I'm ready to just go tell all on it. So
yeah,
probably not anytime soon. Wow. I don't know about you, but I have not been on the ball on the incoming merch messages.
Oh, I've done some of them, but I keep forgetting.
Yeah. So how soon will it be where we can just click show even after the thing expires and it can just show it?
But that doesn't really work because right now it shows it without a message when it expires.
Oh. What if we just showed it again?
I mean,
because that would be a lot better than having to like directly address bananas for the boys from Ryan M. here.
Bananas for the boys. Boys. What do you mean? You don't want to address that? Come on.
Not really.
Come on.
Not really. Come on. All right. Is there anything else to talk about other than
I'm sure Conrad could find a way to make that work.
Ubisoft crap? I guess that's it.
I don't know.
All right, cool. Let's do some merch messages.
Yeah.
For those of you who are leaving super chats, you guys are doing it wrong. Merch messages are the way to send paid messages to the show because that way, at least if we don't get to your message, you still get your order. Hey, there's no way for us to lose. Also,
and it functions.
Super chats are broken and you know, I don't want to throw anyone under the bus cuz they're really trying to help, but the workaround that I was offered for it was, you know, okay, what's the saying when the cure is worse than the disease?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but yeah.
I just really don't think it made a ton of sense. So super chats, unless I happen to remember to click the viewer activity tab right at the beginning of the show, are still broken for me. So what you really need to do is send a merch message. You go to lttstore.com, check out some cool stuff. We got toques, we got water bottles, we got Northern Lights desk pads, we've got hoodies, we've got t-shirts. We've got the party shirt. We've got all kinds of good stuff over there. And then in the checkout, you can leave a little message and it'll pop up on the show, assuming that Luke and I managed to actually see the thing.
There is another thing to talk about, by the way.
Oh, what is it?
The Game Awards. We talked about the awards. We didn't talk about the announcements.
Oh, okay. Does
There's a
anyone-
few. Telltale is back. They're making a video
What?
game adaptation of the Amazon original TV series The Expanse.
Never watched it and probably won't play it.
Nice.
But I did like Wolf Among Us, even though it got kind of samey and clearly they were not focused on it towards the
towards the end.
the middle. Yeah.
I've always had problems with this name, but Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. A lot of people are really hyped about that. And Alan Wake 2 both got announced. People are really hyped about those.
Sure.
The Matrix Awakened, we actually mentioned that earlier, so I'm going to skip past it. In an effort to get a bigger slice of the Battle Royale pie that it helped bake, PUBG is going free to play. Actually kind of
Ooh.
interesting.
Interesting.
Um,
There's going to be some noobs to headshot.
yeah.
Are you going to play?
I have never thought that game was cool solo. So if other people want to play, I'm down.
Right.
That's
fair
pretty
enough.
much it. Wonder Woman game coming out, being made by Monolith, which, as other people have pointed out, I think is a very good pairing.
Yeah.
I think that makes a lot of sense. I
Yeah.
think they'll do a really good job with it.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Pretty excited about that. Among Us VR. Could be cool.
Okay. Sure.
Paramount Plus is making a Halo TV series that apparently looks like very high budget. So that could be cool or terrible. We'll see. Probably cool. I would wager cool. And then there's Star Wars Eclipse, which looks really cinematic. The trailer that they put out looks really cool.
I mean, you saw my tweet earlier this week, I'm sure.
Did I? I don't know.
Oh, it was very funny. I said I want to fire the Star Wars sequels out of a cannon.
No, I did. Yes.
Get
that
it?
was good.
Get
that
it?
was good.
So
That
many
was
people
good.
didn't get it. Like I had people correcting my spelling,
Oh.
and I was like, I spelled it with 2 N's, but not together. CANON.
Yeah.
I was about to say 1 N, but there's 2 in
Yeah.
canon.
There's one at the end.
Oh man.
So part of the problem behind this is not just that Star Wars has been a very up and down thing for a long time, mostly down. It's also that it's made by the French studio that's behind Heavy Rain and Detroit Become Human.
Okay.
It's listed in the doc as a minor controversy. I don't know how minor it is. I think it's more on the major side of things. But they were on the cancel train a couple years ago.
Right.
And as far as I know, it's kind of still the same crew.
Right.
And now they're making a Star Wars game, which is actually kind of interesting because usually Disney is very, they kind of try to keep their hands clean in regards to controversy stuff when they work with other companies. They've had a lot of controversies.
Yeah, I was gonna
There's
say.
a lot of evil there.
Boy, are they ever bad at it then.
Yeah.
Okay.
But usually when they try to work with other companies, they're like, no, you have to be squeaky clean.
Right.
So
Oh, one moment, please.
you got to go.
Sorry, what's that? Oh,
Then I'll drive you home.
give me 15. Okay, bye. My wife is leaving without me.
I can drive you home.
No, it's okay. I'll just Uber.
Okay, whatever you want.
It's fine.
Um,
It's completely the opposite direction. Doesn't make sense. All right, let's do some.
Anyways, they said some. I don't know all the details behind it because I heard about this literally today. But apparently in the past they said some like homophobic stuff and stuff. If you're interested, you can look into it. Their name is Quantic Dream. That's the developers behind Star Wars Eclipse.
Got it. All right.
Super chats.
Yeah, I mean, you mean merch messages.
Merch messages.
All right.
Super messages.
Justice says, howdy from Ladner. What would be the best way to contact you in regards to maybe touring the neat building I work in? You're gonna want to try the just the publicly listed email. It does get monitored, not by me, but it does. Peter H asks, wife swap style LTT host swap series when? Also, more gift cards for the LTT backpack and screwdriver when they launch. Peter's
that even
buying gift
work?
cards. I have no idea. We were talking about wife swap on the pre-show, where I was joking that such a thing, probably exists, and it turns out not only does it exist, it ran for like 7 seasons, and there were like
Spin-offs and
there's similar clone shows and
Yeah.
in different regions and stuff like that. Max asks, when is Luke going to host TechLinked? Yeah, you should totally host TechLinked. You should ask Riley for a chance to host TechLinked.
Sure.
Outfrost. LTT is expanding a lot. Would you consider reviewing mice, like build quality, or more home server stuff, like HBAs and NICs, like stability of aftermarket ones? Also, would love to see Linux compatibility on more reviews. I think Linux compatibility in particular is something that we would like to expand our testing to include.
The one issue with that is that it goes up and down, right?
That's fair, but
if it's in a fully working state at one point, it probably won't be that far from it in the future.
I think
yeah,
that's at least reasonable to think. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of this one. Nicholas says, not an expert here. Should a reasonably nerdy person calibrate their monitors and TVs, or is it only for content creation? Frankly, if all I'm doing is consuming, then all that matters is how it looks to me. Personally, I like to run my displays in like a color accurate mode, but I do not actually prefer a warm color temperature, which tends to be the most color accurate way of displaying it. So I tend to go for like a calibrated or a neutral type profile and then a neutral color temperature rather than a warmer color temperature. And that's my personal preference, and it is totally up to you what your personal preference is for consumption. But when it comes to creation, obviously it's important that it's all created to a calibrated standard so that when everybody else has their own preferences, they're not stacking their preferences on top of your preferences, causing all kinds of problems. Andrew asks, T-powered gaming PC when? We really do need to do that. It is on the list. I'd love to build something for the Spiffing Brit. Enjoy your new mousepad, Andrew. Ignition Knight. If I accidentally played Overcooked with my wife, do you think if we play It Takes Two, it can save the marriage? I mean, yes. Yes! It's the character, the super annoying book character.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Jake says for your TV, just use the Artings guide.
For an LTT-themed blanket, they are thinking about it.
Oh, yeah. Yep, we're definitely thinking about it. Sebastian, just finished my fall semester in electrical engineering. Your videos were the only reason I pursued the field. 3 more semesters to go. Hey, keep up the good work, Sebastian. Love it. Christopher, thanks for the quality content. Just built my first PC at 20. We'll be using it for my coffee roasting business. Control-Alt-Delete coffee roasters. Hey, very nice. Enjoy. Eli, are you guys going to talk about the Log4j2 RCE exploit?
Yeah, that like
is that the Minecraft thing?
Yeah, I think yeah.
Yeah, sorry. We don't know enough about it at the moment.
A little bit too tight to the show. Yeah.
Yep. I was doing some stuff today. Definitely doing some stuff. We finally got a smoke machine. We ran into the weirdest edge case, man. We had a mesh version and a solid front panel version of the same case. And we loaded up the mesh version with like extra Noctua fans, and the GPU temps were actually nearly identical to the solid front panel version with just like one stock fan in it.
Weird.
Yeah. So it turns out that there's a lot more to optimized case airflow than just making sure your case is meshy.
Making sure it has a lot of holes.
It's going to be a good video. So we got a smoke machine to kind of demonstrate what was happening in this case so that we can
That's cool.
talk through that.
Nice.
So that'll be fun. Tamas, I'd love if LTD would cover more augmented reality news and products. Hey, for sure, bud. Unfortunately, you and dozens of other people, all dozens, the content does not perform well. I'll say this, there's a really cool HoloLens segment in the videos that I was working on overseas.
Oh.
I think I'm allowed to say it was with Intel at this point.
Oh.
Well, it's a whole thing where there was going to be another event, and I wasn't really supposed to talk about that I was there until after the other event was announced, but then Israel closed their borders like immediately after I left, so the other event is actually canceled.
Not happening.
So, so I think it doesn't matter anymore. Anyway, those videos are coming soon. Joshua asks, do you have any plans for express shipping on LTT stores? Right now, it takes almost a month for orders to ship to India. You would be horrified to see how much it would cost for express shipping. We are far better off focusing on getting our volumes up as high as we can with the shipping provider that we have so that our rates can be as good as they can be. Yes, it's going to take time sometimes. We're sorry. But that's the way that it's going to be for now, I
Unless you
think.
want to like buy a plane ticket for your shirt.
Johannes asked basically the same question. Robert, Christmas bonus time. Make sure the LTT backpack has a thick pad of foam on the bottom. I wouldn't describe it as super thick, but what it is it's constructed in such a way that it actually kind of tapers at the bottom of the pocket. So that helps to keep it from falling down so fast. Neat, right? Let's do that. Simon, how has LTT prepared the office for earthquakes and other potential natural disasters? So because we do live in an earthquake zone, we have pretty stringent earthquake proofness requirements in our building code. Other than that, we haven't really done anything else other than just do what we're supposed to be doing, which is like, bolt down shelves and stuff.
A lot of it's just baked into the building code.
Yep. Wise. I'm planning to make an Unraid VR/VM/NAS setup. Should I go Intel or AMD? Which is going to give me the fewest issues? I might go Thunderbolt for I/O. Might even mine while the GPU is idle. I know I need a motherboard with good IOMU. Man, that is an extremely sketchy configuration. The odds of having that working, like daily driver, perfect, pretty slim. If you can find someone else who has built basically exactly the same thing and has it working perfectly and you can just clone their config, great. But your chances, they suck. They suck big time.
Kenneth is saying that apparently when they remove the dislike button, they're also increasing ads on the site, which I find pretty interesting. I didn't know that part.
Oh, really?
And also he's saying if you guys are hiring accountants in a couple years, when I'm done with my degree, we probably will be. We need accountant applicants now, actually.
Yeah, now is the time we need accountant applicants.
Yeah.
I mean, in a couple of years, feel free to reach out. Maybe we won't have found anyone yet, but we'll see.
We need, apply now. Do it. Go,
Yeah.
go.
Raphael says, work for a PC retailer assembling pre-builts. The past week has been an actual nightmare, with at least 50 Asus Prime motherboards just dying for no apparent reason, which now have to be returned after we already built most of them. Oh, rough week. But you treated yourself to a neon hard drive t-shirt and an insulated water bottle. Hope you enjoy it.
Nice.
Phil, hey guys, love you both equally. The purchase is a gift for a friend. Mystery water bottle and Northern Lights desk pad. Love it.
Nice.
His name is Race, after Race Bannon. Wow, from Johnny Quest. His
Whoa.
name is Race. Wow.
Whoa.
Race Bannon. I love it. All right, cool. Braden says OLED. F***ing awesome. Burn-in. Not f***ing awesome. MicroLED. Perfect middle ground for a PC? Question mark. All right. Here's the problem with MicroLED. Just because an LED is not organic doesn't mean that it won't eventually burn out. In fact, that characteristic, I think I kind of bought into the narrative of, they fade because they're organic. Well, that's a reason that they fade, but LEDs can fade for lots of different reasons, and normal LEDs can also fade. So, what I heard back when I was considering the wall from an installer is that it is extremely common for the panels to fade unevenly, which is essentially burn-in, and extremely common for the cabinets to fail. So I was looking at this very expensive, what was it, like $250,000 TV or whatever
the fail
it was.
rate's going to be huge.
Knowing that I was going to have 16 cabinets or something like that, and that the odds, by the time you have 16 of them installed, of one of them failing in a relatively short period of time was very good. I just kind of was sitting there going, no, I don't think this makes any sense. Now, that's not to say that micro LED won't get better. It very likely will. But if I was going to be excited about anything, it would probably be what James's video, which is coming probably sometime in the next week or two, is about. And I don't know if I'm allowed to say what it is yet. I think there might be some embargoes involved. But man,
Pretty cool.
pretty cool. If you want some hints as to what the future of TVs might be, you can go watch the video that James also wrote. Future of TVs, I think, is what it was called. The future of TVs is not what you think. Was a video we released about a year ago that James wrote that should give you some idea of some of the really cool stuff that is coming down the pipe over the next few years.
Thank you, John G.
Chosen 477. I'm finally able to buy your merch. I was expecting free shipping inside Canada though. Yeah, so same thing. We basically have one big bucket that everyone who orders pays into, and then we use that to pay our shipping provider. And we actually lose about 10% on it. So we're not like gouging. We're just trying to make the merch accessible to everyone, and that's not the best for the people for whom the shipping might have been cheaper. But
hooray.
Hooray, Canadian
Yeah.
socialism or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what the S in store is for.
No, it's for store. It's LTT store. It's not just S.
Nah, the whole thing's an acronym. Yeah, moving on, I guess. The 2005 water cooling video reminded me that the first time I saw Linus, he was doing maintenance on a custom loop with what I say. Oh, yep. The Silverstone TJ11.
Nice.
It's been a minute.
Good old Silverstone TJ11. Man, Silverstone. They have had some good shiz over the years. TJ11. Man, was that back when, what's their face? Maximum PC used to do their, like, Dream PC builds and all that good stuff?
Those were so cool.
TJ11. I love that Silverstone archives all their cases on their site. Why doesn't every manufacturer do that? Why do they just remove all reference to their old products as though they never existed?
It's kind of weird.
Like, there was a creator who was trying to create like a digital museum of Apple's marketing over the years, because they will just expunge it when they're done with it. And he was like, but this is sort of really important, historical
Design and stuff.
Yeah,
there's a lot that goes into marketing.
There's a lot that goes into it. And he was like, this is historically really important. And so he had it all archived somewhere, and they were basically like, cease and desist. You may not display this. This is our copyrighted material. And they're not wrong. It's just lame. But I
That's
mean, I
pretty
guess
annoying.
they can't put it all in a table book for $250 if it's freely available on the internet, right?
Fair.
I mean, but that's the irony, right? Is that they did it anyway, and people bought the book anyway, so clearly it didn't matter. Apparently the TJ11 is still on sale. Are you serious?
I was gonna kind of ask, like, has Silverstone done a lot lately?
Yeah.
I know they really pushed to increase SKU counts. I'm sure they're still doing that, but like,
Believe it or not, Silverstone has a case coming that we have a video coming about that is flipping amazing.
cool.
You know what? Why don't you do a couple more merch messages? I'll go grab it. I think
Okay.
it's right over there.
Sweet. Thoughts on the Flow
Oh,
X13?
well, that's a question for me.
I know.
The Flow X13, I'm surprised you didn't love it. The one issue I have with it is it kind of feels like the display is either, I don't know, it's like low contrast, or it has readability issues from a distance. That's the only issue I had with it. The battery life is just awesome for something with a dedicated GPU in it. The performance is great. I used it on my trip to Tel Aviv, and I thought it was awesome. Gaming with it on the go, yeah. I still love it. I've got two. Oh no, the Silverstone machine has been moved. They cleaned the set. Okay, I'm gonna have to look for it elsewhere. All right, BRB.
Dennis says, watching your content since 2015 and still loving it. Convinced my friend to buy some sweet merch with me, so take some of our first income. Nice. Heck yeah. I appreciate, well, not me, but we appreciate your first income. Steam Link finally died. That actually sucks. Those were pretty cool. Is a $200 Shield Pro really the best alternative right now for couch PC streaming? Left my old water bottle on the bus, so finally getting a replacement. I think a lot of that depends on how far away the computer is, how realistic it is to run cables through walls, things like that. I don't think I'm up on streaming to the TV technology right now. I know Shields have done it very well in the past. But if you could do it with a wire, it's pretty good. How much are 20-ounce in real units? Google's really, really good at that. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be sassy. I have no idea, and Google for sure knows. And Google actually has, I don't know if you guys know this, it has built-in calculator things for equations like that, so it will do it for sure and well. Good to see. Desk pad measurements are in metric. It has both, actually. Could we? Well, okay. I think the desk pad measurements might be in metric. I think you're right. The desk pad configurator, which is not out yet, has both. Could we get another Terran macro guide, but this time for Linus?
No, I don't. I'll be honest with you. I don't really use macros. I don't video edit, so that's the thing.
Yeah. The reason why I tilted my head, I was like, why?
Yeah,
what would you even use it for?
I have a confession. Back in my younger days, I had macros for some of my most commonly used passwords. Like, I'm talking back like OGG15 days.
Oh, man.
Because password managers like we have them now weren't a thing.
Did you have one set up for your Windows password?
No.
Okay.
I think the Logitech driver didn't load pre-login or whatever back then.
Not that you couldn't just extremely easily bypass Windows passwords back then.
Yeah,
but
so whatever.
Whatever.
Alex says, my Steam Link finally died. Is a $200 Shield Pro really the best alternative right now for couch PC streaming? Yeah, kind of. And it does a lot of other stuff well as well.
I said
it's really good.
Try to run a cable if you can.
Oh, have you gone through these but not archived them?
All of them except for that one. Oh, no.
And this one.
I pressed that.
What LTT shirt does Luke have on? I want it. That's Elemental, baby.
Yeah.
That was our biggest product flop ever.
Yeah.
But then we turned it into a success by selling it for cheap. And get this. We're bringing it back for a third time. We're ready to flop even harder than before.
Why?
Because
aren't you guys having a hard time getting shirts in general? Why wouldn't you use it for different shirts?
We can get black ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we can get enough black ones that we can do another Elemental. So basically the way Elemental seems to kind of work now is we take the two top-selling designs from the last failure, or like the least worst ones. We continue those. We do two more, and then rinse and repeat. So that's what we're doing again. We're taking the two best of the worst from last time, and then Lloyd has done up two more new colors. So there are now a total of 8 Elemental designs over 3 generations once the new ones launch, and they too can be yours for I don't know, you could buy them for full price, but
or just wait.
If you hold out, we just might discount them. Sorry, I had something stuck in my eye there. Like, it's such a stupid product because we don't make any money on it, but it seems to actually generate a shocking amount of hype, and there are people who actually do like it, so that's cool.
I think they're fine. I don't think they're necessarily as cool as some of the other options, which is why I think they might not sell that well. I don't think it's a bad shirt. I just think there's a lot of other, like, potentially cooler ones.
And you see, we are going to be getting more WAN hoodies as soon as we can. As soon as we can. I don't want to promise anything because worldwide logistics is so screwed up right now that if I promised something, I'm basically setting myself up to be a big liar.
Thanks, Tomic.
This purchase is sponsored by my birthday. Oh, okay. Hey, Linus and Luke, picking up a new lanyard for my badge as I just started a new IT job a month ago. I've been watching since 2012 and knew nothing about tech beforehand. Now I'm starting a career. Heck yeah, Brian.
Cool.
David W. Hi from the UK. Been watching since the house. Just turned 18 a few weeks back. Are there plans for a Wi-Fi mesh comparison video? I would love to do it, but we don't really have a suitable test platform for it right now. What we need is a relatively RF clean environment so that we can isolate our variables, and it's just not something that we have available to us at the moment.
Kind of need both because you want to test it out in a messy environment too. Anyways, yeah, I'm sure you're aware.
Greetings from Serbia. Been with you since the beloved kitchen, and that one disappeared.
No, it's just down one.
Christopher says, love the new party shirt. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, never mind. We'll show that one. Really appreciate your work. Keep it up. Hey, heck yeah. Yeah, I really wish a lot of these we had just pushed to the thing. That's okay. Here's something for the Linux challenge. Stupid Stuff Windows Does Edition. Step 1, use the Xbox app to install a few games to a secondary drive. Step 2, do a fresh install. Step 3, enjoy inaccessible, undeletable folders. I believe you. Man, I had to get the new Minecraft launcher for my kids, and it was a mess. Like the one in the Xbox store or whatever, just total mess. The old Java Edition launcher was just perfect for both Minecraft and Dungeons. It was fine.
I haven't tried it, but I have heard if you get Halo through Steam, you get the cross-platform play thing, so you can play it on Xbox, but your save doesn't transfer. It only transfers if you bought it through the Windows Store, which is just like, why?
Okay.
It's not even like that big of a deal, because I don't know that many people that are going to play a single-player game on both.
Mm-hmm.
But like, some people will.
Alex F. slowly replacing all my underwear with LTT. Heck yeah.
Nice.
Thanks, thumbs up. Does this banner support emoji? Well, we didn't push yours to the banner, so I guess we don't know still.
I think so because anyways.
Okay, Dagan says, been watching since 2017. Love the content merch. Keep it up. Hey, thanks, Dagan. Verla, hey, you're welcome. Glad your boyfriend will enjoy it. Hey, we got a couple of these ones, and we got 2 more. After Anthony's latest MacBook Pro M1 Max review, for creative purposes, would you still prefer MacBook, seeing that it falls short of the 3060 mobile in all tests except video editing? Really, the answer is, what software are you running? Because if the software that you're running needs a Mac, then buy a Mac. And if it doesn't, then don't buy a Mac.
That was like when my mom was working on movies and TV shows and stuff.
Yep.
A lot of sets kind of required iOS devices because they used things like AirDrop or
For
whatever
sure.
else.
Yep. I can see that.
And there was like a mild debate starting about like whether or not she should get an iOS device. She's never
Right.
used one before. And the conclusion, which we probably should have gotten to a little bit faster, but we did get to, was like, it doesn't matter. She
Yeah.
has to get one. So like,
Yep.
let's just get it and then try to learn it. And luckily she adapted to it really fast and everything was fine. But yeah.
Alexis, I want to buy your water bottle, but it's metal, and that usually makes my water taste metallic. Does that happen with your bottles? So they end up with a bit of like manufacturing stank taste for, I'd say, probably somewhere between the first 5 and 15 washes. Like, I'm pretty sensitive to it, so I'll take a new bottle and I'll just sit and I will wash it like 5 or 10 times. But after that, no, I do not detect any metallic taste. And if you go on the site, we do not censor our reviews. I hate it when companies do this. Every review, aside from ones that are spam, every review stays on the site. So if you go through the 471 reviews, I actually remember reading one that mentioned metallic tastes like yesterday or today or something like that. But you can see we actually get so many reviews on the site that all of these are from today, these 5. If we go on to the next page, all of these are from today.
Yeah, we remove ones that are clearly spam or are clearly inappropriate. There's ones that have had like lots of wording in it that is like not appropriate for a tech review. So that's a thing. Had nothing to do with like the actual product, etc. Those are the only things that would be removed.
Oh, you know what? I think the review I saw was on the mystery bottle. Mystery bottle. This
By
one
the
doesn't
way-
have as many reviews either because, well, it's got a lot.
Jake is holding the case hostage.
Does he have it?
He has it.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't find it. Where is it?
I think he hid it from you.
Oh. Speaking of which, Jake is coming over for gaming tonight. Do you want to come too?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So why don't we just
That
all head to
sounds
my
sweet.
house after?
Yeah, nice.
Okay, here it is from Evan Jensen. Perfect. Doesn't have metallic aftertaste. Boom. You heard it
Boom.
from Evan first. My biggest gripe with reusable water bottles is that most give the water a metallic taste. These do not have that problem. Hey! There you go.
Yay.
Confirmed. And we've apparently got some gaming to do now, so we will see you all later. Thanks, Hi B. With this shirt, I will always wear it with Linus and Luke in my heat-sinking heart. Thank you. Weird comment. Love it. We'll see you again next week. Same bad time, same bad channel.
Bye.
What a weird message. I love it. Whoa. be one super chat I gotta do. Okay, hold on. There's one super chat I gotta do. Rusty Trampoline says, Linus, would house delays and rumors of an LG 97-inch 4K OLED in 2022 cause you to rethink your home theater choices? 97-inch OLED?
It's pretty big.
That's pretty big.
That's pretty big.
I think I want to go projector, though. I think we've got light control in the room now. I think we're going 130-inch projector. And Rob from AV Rant was like, you got to go JVC. But then there's also an Epson that we want to check out as well. So that's, I think, what the contenders are at the moment.
Cool.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye.
And welcome to the WAN Show, guys, the weekly show that tells you everything you need to know about technology in 3 hours or more or less.
3 hours.
We've done that.
We have.
Almost. We've done like 2.5, so I couldn't even say 2 hours or less.
It's usually 2 hours or less.
It's usually 2 hours or less, but today's show I think is going to be a little bit on the shorter side, but we've still got a lot of information to pack in there for you. So number one is our special guest, the one, the only. I was making points, but there aren't two of them. George Macris from Corsair will be joining us. So for those of you who don't know who Corsair George is, number one, shame on you, because true PC enthusiasts who appreciate the work that he's done over the years should know who he is. He's the guy behind the Corsair 800D. So that was Corsair's first enthusiast class computer gaming case, and he's actually been the mastermind behind a lot of the other innovations that they've brought to the case market since then. So we're really excited to talk to him. And then what else we got for the show today?
Quantum Minecraft from Google, which is just awesome.
Where's my
and
pickaxe?
ridiculous.
Yes!
In today's age, if this was a Zendaya
true.
MJ, maybe it would be more like that. But in 2004, it's a little more like, okay, the girl kind of hints at that she's interested, and then the guy
Girls
is
don't
like,
have wants.
all right, I have to execute on this opportunity, you know?
Yeah, it's a very
So,
old
like,
school.
And then the
Yeah,
guy's
it's
like,
an old school
punch me,
idea.
I bleed. Isn't that sexy?
Yeah, I will
Yeah.
protect you.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. Like, for me, it was super, super frustrating. It seemed unrealistic for her to give him so many chances. Like,
Yeah.
because
But they're
it's
in
so obvious to
love.
the audience.
Yeah.
And obviously, he knows that that's what they are, too. He knows that what she's doing is offering up, like, hey, if you like me, tell me you like me, because I like you, too. Are we going to do
Yeah.
something or not? It's up to you. You have to make the choice. And she's, like, presenting him the choice, and he can't make the choice. And so it's like, on a thematic level, it works, because that's the whole central question. Can he make the right choice? But it was super, super frustrating because it's
Yeah.
completely unrealistic that a person would give someone that many opportunities and see them be an idiot that many times. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, I like you. Basically, she's not saying that explicitly, but she's basically saying like, huh? What's up? And he's like,
For a nerd smart boy, he's so fucking stupid.
well, I mean, it's a different type of
And I mean, he's the
intelligence.
least. He's certainly.
It is. What do you mean? You
It's
can be
just chemicals in your brain.
All right.
This is the Spider-Man that they do the least, or Peter Parker, they do the least work to convince us that he's smart. Like in this
Yes.
one, it's like him walking alongside Otto, being like, "Well, like if this thing happens, then this thing happens," and Otto's like, "Very good, boy."
Wait, really? I thought that like I don't know. I just feel like it was explicit that he was a genius in this one, whereas in the Marvel
But he's also missing
in,
all of
in the
his
modern Marvel
classes.
movies, Tom Holland is like I guess he's supposed to be smart, but we never really see him
He
applying
makes,
it.
he makes his own web
Oh.
slingers, and he makes like some of his own.
He
gadgets and
literally
stuff.
in the first movie,
Right, but it's like kind of a throwaway
him.
thing.
Fair.
No, it isn't.
In the first
It is
Spider-Man,
not. He literally makes his
like a
own web
montage.
formula.
I know he makes it, but it doesn't really show him like tinkering with
He's
things. It doesn't
literally the school he's going to is for gifted people.
I get that, but it's sort of like it's
There
taken for granted.
no-
Like
there
what I want to
are-
see is like Spider-Man expressing things that like, oh, I have this knowledge, whereas like it's not perfect in this movie,
Yeah.
but I appreciated having a little
Fair.
bit where it's like he puts his hand up in class, he has the right answer. You know, he's talking to he can hold his own in a dense conversation with a master particle fusion scientist. You know, it's like I
It's
get
fair.
the movie did the work to kind of get across to me that like this guy's a genius, whereas in the new one it's like, yeah, I'm just like kind of I'm just like a New York kid, but like I made my own web shooters. You know, it's not
I'm
like,
gonna fight you.
all right.
I feel like no, I hear what you're saying. Where like I feel like Tom Holland's character is very smart, but that's not like the outward perception that they're constantly working towards
Yeah.
is to make us think that he's like really
Yeah.
smart. It's like he's
It feels more like a checkbox on the
Yeah,
wiki page or
for
something.
sure.
That he's smart. He made his own
Yeah.
web shooters,
So
but
what
it's
we're-
not like I don't feel it.
I think what we're deciding is that Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man because he's
No.
explicitly the
Is he a
smartest.
genius in that one?
Yeah, he like does a lot of
I
science and shit.
disagree with.
And his
so much.
dad is in the movie, and he was like a scientist who was killed for conspiracy or something. I can't remember. It's
He
Honestly,
had a
I was-
briefcase of notes, and he was taking it with him, and they were on a plane, and their plane went into the ocean, and they died.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that what happened?
R.I.P. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I feel like when I remember hearing that Andrew Garfield was cast as Spider-Man, and I was like, oh damn, that's perfect.
Yep.
He's like he looks intelligent. He's kind of wiry. He's got the wiry frame. He's snarky. He can do
He
sarcastic.
doesn't look like he's 43.
Yeah. He can make a facial expression that doesn't make me want to punch him as he's running across. That's another one of my nitpicks. I just hate Tobey Maguire's face. Like he's like running across the top of the building
to, like,
do
jump
the
across.
jump, and we get it in slow motion, and his nostrils are flared, and he's like, he has an ugly exertion face. I wouldn't want to see him having sex.
Mary
I
Jane
can-
doesn't think that.
I mean, like I can't disprove how you feel about his face. I will say I really
You can
like,
try though.
I really like his struggle, his yells. I think he when he's like in pain, like at the front of the train when he's like really
Nah,
fucking
that's the
struggling.
same thing for me.
Nah,
He
it
just looks
does
ugly.
something for me. Yeah, but like, dude, struggle
I hear
isn't-
the emotion.
Yeah,
That's the performance
Yeah.
is there. I just
The
wish
face
that his
just doesn't
face looked
match.
different.
fair enough. I mean, I can't convince you of anything about his
Yeah,
face, but
it's just his
it
face.
works really well for me to be like that dude's fucking working for it.
Yes, totally. But by extension, the face is kind of what bleeds into this sort of like its overall performance. Like I don't think Tobey Maguire is like a horrible actor. I think he was just miscast. I
Yeah.
think that he's the wrong choice of actor to play this character because like I don't know, he has this sort of like 80s young kid vibe
For sure.
where everything is like super earnest.
Oh,
and
boy.
he's looking around with like these dumb eyes like what's going on? I don't know what's going on at any one moment. But like we need Spider-Man to be a little bit more present, you know? And it seems like he's just kind of like, huh? What? Like even when I don't know, in the last scenes the determination is there a little bit more, but
Yeah.
I just hate Tobey Maguire.
Well, and I think like that's tough. And
I
that's-
don't hate him as a person. In other things he acts well. I don't like him as
Apparently,
Spider-Man.
he's not a very good person, sadly.
Okay, well, I have no
but
idea.
I hear you. It's a common complaint. It's like, oh, like when I talk about the Spider-Man movies, oh, those movies were good, but I hate that Spider-Man. I hate Tobey Maguire.
Mm.
And like that's just something that like it sucks that they didn't kind of get a casting that is universally liked, and that's
Yeah.
tough. And I think like the perception of Tobey Maguire has kind of slowly gone down because he was a child
Yeah.
actor in the 80s.
Right.
He was known for that, and so he was kind of like a boy wonder, and like that
Yeah.
worked. But now we have like this perception of like poker playing Tobey Maguire, who's kind of sleazy and
Yeah.
all the stories you hear about him
I'm-
behind the scenes that kind of
I
taint
really
it a
don't
little
know anything about any of these actors. I'm like James Franco isn't problematic, and you're like, actually, and you're like, yeah, Tobey Maguire is like a sleazy poker dude, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Have you seen the movie Molly's Game?
No.
There's a character in that is Tobey Maguire.
Oh.
Wait,
Wow.
it's supposed
Michael
to.
Sarah's it's his real story. So it's like Michael Sarah's character is Tobey Maguire.
Michael Cera's
Yeah.
playing
and I
Tobey
was just like,
Maguire.
what
I love
a
it.
savage burn on Tobey Maguire.
That is so interesting.
I will say that like the best performance from Tobey Maguire in a scene in this movie for me is the building on fire scene,
Oh my gosh,
where-
yes.
which is also a great thematic moment because he decides, all right, even if I'm not Spider-Man, I can still be a good person,
Yeah.
and I can still be a
Love
hero.
that.
So like he goes in, he doesn't have his powers, and he's struggling to get this kid out of the burning building.
Also, I
and-
think that was a fucking stupid move, and you should never do that. If
Super
obviously,
dangerous, yeah.
but like
Guys,
that's what defines a
IRL,
hero, right?
IRL,
Do not.
Do
don't
not.
run into a burning building
Yeah.
just because you think you can save a child. You're actually going to put more first responders at
Yeah.
risk.
Especially a building that is on fire to that extent. It's literally fire everywhere. He
Yeah.
would be already burned
Yeah,
to a
he's
crisp.
dead.
Yeah.
But anyways, like seeing him like trying to break down the door and he can't do it and his arm hurts and stuff. I'm like, I felt that in that
Yep.
moment. It was a good performance.
I
Except
definitely.
for the kid pulling him up.
Yeah, I hate. See, I think that whole like jump,
It's like a 4-year-old's
Yeah.
like, here, I'll help you. You can't help me.
the jump and the pull up are by far the worst part of that scene because I agree the build up is good, and I think that the effects mostly hold up until it's that down angle on the the floor crumbling, and it just
Yeah.
looks so bad. It's so clearly like they've
Yeah.
been masked out and shit. And then the other thing that it's like not really a nitpick, but I think is really funny is that without even like really looking, he just brings the Asian kid to the Asian people that are standing there. Like he's just like, here's your kid. And they're like,
Yeah.
This is my kid.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe
That's
they're the
clearly
only
we
was.
ones.
adopted. What
Yeah.
the
Maybe
fuck?
they were kind of like standing a little closer to the building,
Maybe.
being like,
It's
our
like
kids
not a
are-"
maybe
real
when he
nitpick. I
went
just
in
thought
or
it was-
something. I
Everyone
don't
else is they don't have kids in the
Yeah.
building. They're gone.
Yeah, everyone else is wearing a shirt that says "I don't want kids." So he's like, "Oh, I guess it's these people's." They're
If
not
my
wearing a
kids in
shirt."
there, leave it, please.
Oh
it.
my
They're calling their
Leave
kids
it.
it. So that's
But
the main problem.
at the end of that scene, I love it when he overhears the firefighters be like, "Oh, there was someone stuck on the 4th floor," and he's just like, "I could have done more."
yeah,
That's such a good like. We're going back to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
We're there.
yeah, it's a good
I
moment.
love it.
Spider-Man is like my favorite superhero. Next
Is
to
it
Iron Man.
though?
Yeah.
Is he?
He's everyone's favorite
Do you
superhero.
got
You're not
got
unique.
gripes with
I
me,
do. This is-
David?
I think this is the best Spider-Man movie ever.
I just
fucking
said
love
I
this
just said
one.
What about
Spider.
Spider-Verse?
What the fuck?
Okay, no, Spider-Verse.
David, I
Spider-Verse,
said
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Man is one of my favorite superheroes, and you went, "Is he really?"
He
And
was
I
just
went, "Do
being
you have
silly.
gripes?"
I'm
And then David goes,
He was just being a
"I
silly
think this
goose.
was the best Spider-Man movie ever."
I do.
I didn't say
Joking.
it wasn't. Jokes aren't allowed.
Yeah, I mean, as I said,
No jokes.
yeah, I don't know. I obviously a lot of people relate to Spider-Man because he is this more like struggling with what I should do character, whereas I feel like I gravitate more towards this is super boring. I know, guys. I'm sorry. I gravitate more towards like Captain America, Superman. He's kind of like
It's okay.
it's more
Ryan.
like a role model situation where it's like they do struggle with stuff, but it's more like how do I help people instead of like should I help people?
Yeah.
You know.
Does James have more for us to?
Yeah, we
to
should do
listen
a James nitpick.
I'm so
James?
sorry.
Yeah.
They're the only thing that could.
They definitely do seem like a contrivance.
Well, yeah, but like.
But I mean, like, what
he
else is
does-
gonna be able to keep
he
all the
does,
little arcs in?
He does
Is that what
say.
you're supposed to do? To
Yeah.
Push them back in. Like-
That's what exactly what it is.
No,
is
I
that
know,
they
but
can,
like in real life,
but
I
then,
don't know.
But then
I have no
also,
clue.
my issue with that is like, yeah, okay, so is he just gonna fucking stand there for infinity and like
Yeah.
let them do
no, I
that?
think it's
Until
supposed to
it's stable.
stabilize.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay.
supposed to
I don't
stabilize.
understand science.
Obviously, as
It's
you
not
said,
real. Yeah, it's
I think
What
the
do you
game probably
mean?
does.
It's not. Spider-Man's not real.
that was CG. What?
That's why I relate to him.
Wait,
Uh,
what?
I want to be him.
Yeah.
I am him.
Right. You're shooting nitpick of all of these movies. It should be web shooters. This is disgusting. This is disgusting that he's got like a web sack. He's got
Yeah.
like a silk sack
It
in his
honest-
body.
it
and
honestly
he's
didn't-
excreting fluid
Yeah.
that solidifies and
Um,
then dissolves.
It
I wonder why
always-
that
He's leaving his shit everywhere across the city.
It confused me backwards because in the new movies they have web shooters and I'm like, wait, that wasn't a power he just got with being Spider-Man? Like he's always
Yeah.
had web shooters. I thought it was always,
Yeah.
he suddenly could just do that.
Yeah, I remember being confused as a child watching the animated series and him being like, "Oh, I'm out of web cartridges." I'm like, "You're out of what?"
Because can
Yeah.
you imagine getting the superpower Spider-Man and like you can't do anything with webs and you have to do? What if you're not a fucking super genius and you can't make web shooters and the fluid and so you're Spider-Man but your powers are actually just you're sticky and
Well,
strong.
he can still run super fast and jump super high.
and he does
probably-
have a healing factor. So like he's basically
Yeah.
Captain America
Spider
but like a
senses.
little worse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And he
he
can
Well,
run
yeah,
on
no
walls.
wait. Is he better than Captain America?
I think he's.
I feel like
I
with
think,
this,
I think he's a bit stronger
I
than
think-
Captain America.
yeah.
because he has spider sense. Captain America doesn't have cap
Well,
His
no,
fast
sense.
reflexes.
But I think also in terms of